All right, I'm gonna struggle around with the dipstick tube. Probably the second crappiest part of this job. First crappiest part was all the antifreeze on the floor, and then this will be the second. So we're doing good so far. It is blind. I don't even have the foggiest notion. Oh. Holy cow. Got her. Holy cow. There it is right there. So that's right where it is. So I'm looking in between number 4 and number 6. That's it. That's that baby right there. Wow. So number 4 and number 6 being the number 4 and number 6 exhaust port. The dipstick then just kind of feeds in and has a natural tendency to go right down to where the dipstick hole is. So as I'm putting on the coil packs onto the valve covers, there's always a piece of hardware that's difficult to get in, and there's no exception on this one. So everything that went underneath the firewall, which would then be underneath the windshield wiper tray, was all difficult. The passenger side, very back coil pack, that one had to be completely removed only because there was a very difficult mounting bolt to get out of there. So here I am just kind of putting that one back in. And then it does help to take the oil spout off. That comes off pretty easy. However, I should have put some tissue in there or some paper towel just in case I drop something in there. Over on the other side, I'm just connecting that grounding strap now that goes from the back side of the driver's side head onto the firewall just above the brake booster. And then it's just reassembling the coil packs on top of the valve covers. Driver's side was much easier. Now I'm sure everybody has changed spark plugs on either the 4.8, 5.3, or 6.0 liter. It can be a pain. It's pretty difficult, especially if you're going after the ones in the back. The ones that are tight against the firewall are a bit of a challenge. This one's a beast. I can't even figure out. Yeah, I would bet money that's very sharp. So let's get that out of the way here first. If we can, so that's not so sharp on my hands. Oh, look at that. That was it. But you'll never do this with the head on. Well, I shouldn't say you'll never do it. I'm sure you could do it. It's going in like a quarter turn at a time. I love that. Now, I really struggled with the number 8 cylinder. That one took me definitely the longest. And that's the one that's on the passenger side all the way back against the firewall. I ended up bending an air conditioning bracket that's there to get in. I did finally get it installed and get it tightened down. And now I'm just putting on the spark plug wires. And then we'll be able to move on to the intake. Just doing a quick vacuuming of the ports just in case anything dropped in there. Here I inspected each of the intake ports all the way down to the valves just to make sure. There's been a number of times where I've had to redo things, and this is one of those times I didn't want to. Oh, that must be the DOD delete. That's what that plug is for. That's the DOD delete plug. Or that's the DOD plug. I'll just leave it, I guess. It's actually for the oil solenoids for that DOD system. Now, as I slid the intake on, there's that wiring harness in the back. I tried to force it over, but just had to pull the intake out and then pull the wire harness out first and then put the intake in. Then it went real easy. And then I used a magnet on a stick to get the hardware down into the holes. Definitely was easier, only because the holes, it's very difficult, not much clearance to get your hand in there. So it was a 2-step torquing process. You go over one time, and then you go over the second time for the final torque. That's going to do it for this episode of What's Next Garage. Next week, we're going to install the cam sensor, crank seal, then we'll put the timing chain cover on, and we'll work on getting the oil pan back installed. So I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you on the next episode of What's Next Garage. Have a great day.